The Yellow Brick Road. This video does not reflect the actual views of real people. These are actors playing a role to entertain audiences. No persons or animals were harmed in the making of this video. Gosh, I love YouTube and I love Google.
Live. Look at that. Do you want to do the honors?
Sure. I'm James, and this is the schemer. Who schemes? Who plots behind people's backs and waits for the right moment to scheme and hatch plans. And they're not harebrained either, you know.
What he meant was, welcome to the Yellow Brick Road. I'm Jordan. This is James. And today we're going to talk some wrestling. Yeah. Now, I'm basically only familiar with the Attitude Era of wrestling. You know, the Stone Colds, the Undertakers, the Shawn Michaels, the Triple H's. You know, in their prime in that era. The Kanes. That's what I'm familiar with. I think you're a little bit further on, correct?
I pay attention here and there. It's too watered down. I can't take them seriously anymore. I can't even enjoy it. I can't even, like, I know it's like not actually happening.
Yeah. Why are we flashing red? Lagging. I don't know why. No, not.
I don't know, dude.
It's because we switched seats. That's what it is.
It's because it's fucking you scheming shit.
You're fucking
That's
up
what
the
happened.
internet.
Nah, bro.
You're fucking up the
Nah, dude,
internet, man.
you're doing that evil fucking scheming thing. It's like, this will be good. This will get him. And the computer's like, you're fake. Fuck you.
It's weird because I closed the fucking thing beforehand. How are we going now? We still buffering?
It is raining. Wind.
In the green. Okay. Our stream's still frozen. I think we're good now. Your directorial debut. Okay, so the question is wrestling dead? Obviously we mean the entertainment version of wrestling, right? I explained that I'm a Attitude Era guy. You're like a little beyond that. Probably even before that too. You know more about the older stuff. You probably know more about the Attitude Era too. And the newer stuff than I do, period.
Little bit. I wasn't allowed to watch it. I was around. Just wasn't allowed to watch it.
Yeah, but you look back at it, correct?
Yeah.
So, before we start, is wrestling dead?
Yeah. Sports entertainment is alive. It's alive.
How do you perceive it now? Like, what is it?
Oh, it's watered down. I don't even know what to fucking call it.
It's family friendly.
It's fucking Flintstones. It's watered down. It doesn't look legitimate. I can't believe it anymore. Like, believe it as far as be engaged in a story. Even some of these matches, it's like, I don't believe that could happen.
Yeah.
I get the people's elbow, like, oh, yeah, like, really, an elbow? It's like, nah, but it's cool, it's funny, it's...
Oh, there's a story
right,
attached to it.
Well, yeah.
And that character's deeply embedded in that story.
Yeah, even if the stories weren't great, they're still like engaging and exciting.
Well, you could just go based off, right? The Rock would do the People's Elbow before he was the fucking Rock, right? And it wasn't like a big fucking move. It was like, oh, big deal.
Yeah.
In fact, he would go into another move right after that. In the newer era, it's like, oh, he'd go for a pin there because that's one of his fucking signature fucking things. So, yeah. There was development of character and things like that. Is that still in existence?
It's poor. No one can. It looks like no one can be themselves now. Like nobody. There's no characters. There's no real characters anymore. There's no real stories anymore. And they make references. If when they get the chance, they'll make references that, hey, this isn't real. It's like, dude, no. Like guys used to like if they got hurt on the show, right? Like if someone did like a fake armbar, but that's their finisher.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to make it look like, oh, I really fucking hurt my arm. Then everywhere I go, I'll be in a cast. I'll be in a sling, or at least I'll get him for that. But kayfabe, they don't do that no more.
But that's not entirely the thing, right? They don't
no. I'm giving you a little piece,
Right? They don't need to sell it so realistic, do they? As much as they need the story to be great. Right? Nobody believes Game of Thrones, but it's like, holy shit, the story is amazing.
Oh yeah, the stories are mediocre.
They string you along.
Mediocre. The stories.
Now you mean?
Well, back then it was the characters that made the not so great stories or storyline really, really good.
Yeah.
Like what's the word? Engaging. But now it's like, great wrestlers, just not great characters. Then what? Like, what are you gonna get? You're gonna get like purely wrestling fans. You're not gonna get the casual guy that tunes in like, oh god, what a great match. It's like, well, they don't fucking know.
And we would play clips and show you guys examples, but WWE will clip our shit. They will cut our channel down. Probably get strikes, and then we won't be able to do any live streams. Straight up. They clipped one of our videos where I used the Stone Cold. It wasn't even him wrestling, it was him talking. And they were like, no, this video is blocked worldwide.
Like, why you guys be such dicks? You're already rich. Fucking let me have some.
But if you do want to see like the wrestling I'm used to, you can go to Attitude Pop on YouTube. And they show a lot of it's Stone Cold. He has a second channel though that's like of different wrestlers of that era. So you can go to the video now. Hold up. Hold on. I'm going to introduce it first. So this is Kevin Nash. Once again, a wrestler from like the era where I was watching. I first found out about him with the Diesel character in WWF. And then later on with the NWO. I guess he came back. They brought the NWO to the WWE.
F.
It was WWF at the time.
And then it died.
Well, they brought the NWO to that shit, and I was done watching by that time. But I do remember this guy specifically.
You shift focus to the current scene. What's wrong with today's product? You worked at a time where arenas were sold out, where ratings were 6s and 7s, and they can't do that now. Why?
I think the amount of options, like people say, like what's wrong with wrestling? I'm like, when was the last time you saw a fucking music video? You know what I mean? Like when is like there things that there used to be a television show called MTV that played music videos, and that was like pop culture. That was as hip as it got. Next thing you know, it's on VH1. Next thing you know, it doesn't exist. So I know that I saw, what I saw was I sat in the Barclays, whatever the fuck, in Brooklyn. And I watched the NXT pay-per-view. And I watched Sasha and Bailey have that match. And I watched the transitions they did when they were on top rope and they were positioning to suplex or go into a move. The crispness of the elbows that they drove into each other to break the holds, to like everything they did, it was so refreshing because they told a story. They didn't use the fucking finishes for high spots. Nobody kicked out of a fucking 450 moonsault fucking 2 minutes in. You know, that show was amazing. You know, the atmosphere.
So that's like legitimacy of moves rather than fucking acrobatic, like, what's the word? Choreography, like corny choreography. It's like, I'll see some shit, it's like annoying. It's like, come on, I don't believe that.
Alright.
Like, you're like the flipping pile driver shit, like, if I see that, like, come on, man, that's so, like really?
Yeah.
Really?
So he's talking about, like, move sets, how they're not, like, spectacular.
Well, no, they're over. Like, imagine, remember RVD?
Yeah.
Alright. You know, like the rolling thunder and the spinning back kicks and the... Alright, now imagine that every day. Gets tired. It gets old, doesn't it?
Okay, there's no weight behind the moves, you mean?
There's no legitimacy behind it, yeah. Like, I'm kicking out of this thing and then this and that. It's like what is it? What is this fucking, like fear porn? You know what I mean?
So are you saying they move towards athletes over characters?
No, I'm not saying that at all.
Look at this guy. He can do all this shit.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they might move towards a look. Like, you look like Superman. We want you. Like right? Like, they got no choice over, like, how could I say this? Like a fighter. What's his name? Nelson something.
A fighter?
Yeah. Heavyweight. Roy Nelson.
Yeah.
Roy Nelson. Like, if a company was like corporate and they wanted to like they owned like fighting, like a fighting league, like MMA fighting, you know, and Roy Nelson was their champion. And that's their biggest thing, the heavyweight champion. He just keeps knocking people out. And he looks like a hick. He's fat. You know, he says some dumb shit. Like, he puts his finger in his belly button and goes like,
yeah.
And they're like, they can't do shit about it. You know what I mean? Here they can, like, oh, we just don't give you the championship. Ha 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 ha. You know what I mean? But it's like the overuse of like these these triple double moonsaults or whatever the fuck, you know. Like, they're cool every now and then, you know, but don't fucking do it all the time.
That seems like it's leaning towards athletes, though, over characters.
I could show you two guys who don't like athletes, but they fucking do it all the time. And it's like, I don't like that, man. I want to believe, like, make me believe, like, the match is, like, real, you know? Like, if you watch Bret Hart versus, like, Mr. Perfect or, you know? Like, oh, like, I get it. Like, you can see some shit where it's like, oh, I understand it's a show and everything, but look how they're, like, very, like, you know, very specific with these moves.
Yeah, but that all got washed away with the Attitude Era. They washed that shit away.
Well, no, it became more...
Right? Stone Cold's, like, sloppy and shit. Like, he moves pretty sloppily. His moves are sloppy. His moves are, like, kick you in the chest.
That's a brawler. He's, like, a technical brawler. If you watch his old matches with WCW, like, he was a good wrestler. He could wrestle with Ricky Steamboat, who put on a good...
But I don't think fans were like, look at his wrestling skill. I think they're like...
No, because they didn't get it.
That's our fucking guy. He's fighting.
Yeah, I know. It didn't matter.
Yeah.
But now it's like everybody, like, you know, it's like they're looking for something to cheer for, I guess, you know.
And as far as, like, whatever he's talking about, like 360.
Oh, dude, that's like
hits.
jumping. Imagine some like twisting back, double flip, whatever the fuck, then land on some guy. It's like, like come on.
But they did have that in like WCW.
Yeah, but
their cruiserweight division.
It's not even close now.
Yeah.
Like right now.
That's where all the technical shit was happening.
That
I saw.
They had. Well, I mean, it's like I'm not gonna say they had to. I'm just saying it's like it's a style that probably just grew. Like
it was popular.
Like Dean Malenko,
because it was his own thing.
Well, yeah. Like
it was
if you want to see these guys,
here's the story drama, and here's like
just wrestling.
Guys wrestling. Like
there's stories there too, but it's kind of like better wrestling. Dean Malenko and Trent Jericho.
Yeah.
Not a great story, but you want to see some wrestling. The cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
Ben Guerrero. All those guys, Malenko, Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio, Conan.
Juju Guerrero. What's his name? Conan wasn't a fucking...
Right? The guy with the fucking weird mask and shit like that.
Conan?
What was his name?
I thought he didn't wear a mask.
Who's the guy?
Ultimo Drago?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Those guys. There you go. But as far as like, who's the guy in that whole thing?
Oh, it's fucking...
It's like Hogan and those NWO.
Hogan, Sting, Goldberg. Goldberg was probably the fucking... Look, Goldberg. Look at him.
Like pulling up to it was almost like being at like some fucking indie band that was like Pearl Jam. It was like going to watch Pearl Jam when they first started going and we were in Seattle.
Right.
It had that kind of a feel that this was something that was going to, just organically was growing. So 2 years ago, fucking NXT tried to run a house show and drew 42 people. There's 16,800 people to watch this product, and the product's different than the product that I watch on Monday.
But why can't they garner the Monday ratings?
Number one, if you would just start the fucking show with a match.
Okay.
Instead of that same, it's such a formatted, I feel like it's like watching Family Feud. Doesn't matter if it's Steve Harvey, doesn't matter who the fuck the host is. I know the show.
Right.
Ding, ding, fuck, top answer. You've got to change the format. It can't be the same every fucking week.
Is this because you don't have enough wrestling people involved in the creative? Like what? Like you know this. I assume Paul knows this. What's the blockade?
There's no competition.
I think that's it.
If you want to watch professional wrestling, you watch the WWE. You don't watch dick.
He does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying it's just for becoming so formulaic. I'm assuming people there know that too.
Well,
When they can objectively sit back.
my whole thing is, I understand what they're doing with Raw, because what Raw basically does is Raw is I just think that they need it to be called
I hear you,
Monday
James
Night,
rolling.
WWE Monday Night. Mm-hmm. Then they need to Friday night.
Yeah, I assume he's correct. Once again, I'm not into the newer shit.
No, that shit is whack.
He knows more about I'm more of an Attitude Era guy. That's when I was watching wrestling.
I pay attention.
But the way, I'll watch matches here and there, and it's just like, this isn't the same at all. Even like the characters, the style of them.
There's no characters.
Without understanding the storyline, I could just look at the characters and the way they act. I'm like, eh.
Right, Triple H, right? He didn't have a gimmick.
The music is trash too.
Oh, you know that guy that made the music and shit? They let him go. Jim Johnson, I think is his name.
I don't know.
It's the guy that made all the music. NWO for life.
Fuck yeah. Dude, that was the best fucking time ever, man. Where I'm like, you're like shaking as a little kid because you're like, which channel do I watch? Like two massive stories are happening at the same time. Like one on TNT and one on USA. And you're like, fuck. You got to record one on another TV while watching one there. It's like, fuck.
Then it's Ding, ding, never turn your back on the wolf pack. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
it's like, it died.
Yeah.
Click.
I was still sort of watching then, but as soon as I saw Lex Luger joining like NWO or something, I'm like, oh, it's over. That guy can't do that, man.
No,
He's too square.
He is a.
I'm like, dude, that dude's too square to be in it. Come on, son.
He's got to be the guy that like the NWO runs away from him, and he just says, "Oh look, a weakling." Torture rack. He just smiles as he does it.
Yeah.
He's a beast, but he can't be there.
Yeah.
He can't be there. Like Buff Bagwell, he can be there.
Yeah.
'Cause he can be a dick. Luger though, he's American Pie. He can't do it.
Nah.
It's like American guys, look. I dare eat this American Pie. It's like, ooh. Versus, hey dude, fucking put this firecracker in your mouth. It's like, don't be a pussy. Do it.
11 o'clock, do an hour show, that's fucking raw.
3 hours.
You own a network. You own a network. It doesn't.
What's different about that show? More violent?
Everything. It's fucking what people. It's what an older demographic wants to watch. It's hard for me to distend my believability when somebody says, "I'm going to kick your butt," and you fucking go down and see some fourth graders getting off the bus. And one kid's calling the other one a cocksucker, and the other one said, "Yeah, that's what your mom said last night when she was sucking my dick." Those are fourth graders. Know your fucking audience.
But it's the shareholder thing.
Like, come on, yeah. Like, come on, look, you got Roman Reigns. Beanstalk. I'm like, this is your guy? Are you... That guy back then would have... That shit would not fly. As far as him, like what he is. Like, yo, I get it. The dude's pretty, no freaky, you know. Like, look at him. He looks like that guy. He looks like the Aquaman guy.
Yeah.
Right? Now, yeah, let's be honest here. No offense. Is the Aquaman, the actor for Aquaman, Jason, whatever the fuck his name is?
Jason Momoa.
Yeah, is he there because he's a great actor, or is he there because he looks like that?
He's there because he's Khal Drogo from Game of Thrones. Like, oh, he's this large, intimidating guy.
Dude looks.
That was the
He
character.
got that look.
I think he leans towards the intimidating
Dude was a
one.
model, bro.
So, you watched Game of Thrones. Look at the character.
Yeah, I knew it's tough because I already knew who he was. It's like, you're that dude.
But
Versus like, oh, the mountain.
I think he's sold as like the tough bro guy,
Yeah.
surfer type guy.
Yeah. Oh, the Roman guy?
No,
Oh,
Jason Momoa.
They're like the same shit. They are except this guy's way corny. The wrestler, he is beyond. He actually does this. It's like,
Oh, they both probably do.
no. I meant like, there's
Whatever. To the point. Right?
that guy.
That just makes business sense.
Like
when
you
you're
said.
challenging.
Yeah.
When you have kids who are like, they're sneaking to watch your show.
Yeah.
Then when they get like old enough, they're fucking ultra consuming it, right? Like, I've been deprived of this as a kid, and they're just...
Mom says like, Jane, can I watch like when you're 14? I'm finally 14. I can watch
Yeah, they're gonna go fucking ape shit watch.
Yeah.
They're gonna find their guy, that guy that they snuck on to watch. They're gonna find like, yeah. They're gonna buy fucking t-shirts. They're gonna try
It's
to get.
fun.
They're gonna
Yeah.
try to go to events.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to go to autograph signings, all that shit.
Yeah. And
It makes business
that's
sense
how
to
you
do that.
That's how you get like Conor McGregor getting a picture with Chuck Liddell who's like this. What? And then McGregor's like, yeah. That means he saw some shit he liked, you know. Went out. It's like, what is this? Went out.
And-
I guarantee you watch wrestling, but nonetheless,
And plus, the product is better, straight up.
yeah, it is. Well,
and I saw.
as far as
we might be able to pull
yeah.
that video up.
what?
Jim Ross talking about authenticity with characters.
Yeah. Ooh, there is no characters anymore. And whatever ones there
It's like,
are, they're
yeah,
watered
That's
down.
real. He's a beer swiggling redneck man. when he's talking about Austin.
Yeah.
He's like, that's just it.
Yeah. Like The Rock, too.
I think he was like on FS1 talking and shit like that.
Like The Rock? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen that dude really fuck up. Ever. You know? That's like straight up. Like, this guy's a character, man. This guy's gold.
Yeah.
Triple H is like that villain that you can use, you know? Not as great as like the characters of these guys, right? Even Jericho.
Yeah.
Him too. Like, are you kidding me? These guys are great. But now today it's like, no offense to these guys, because like Rollins is probably a better wrestler. Wrestling, like, I could put on a great match, but with a match should be a story. But whatever.
He looks like, once again, I'm not an expert on the newer guys.
He's like Shawn Michaels.
I was about to say, I looked at him as like the way his image looks, as like some underling in like DX, to where he becomes the guy, or breaks away and becomes a guy. Like, it seems like he would fit into the way his image looks. I'm like, he would fit into that.
That's what and then it's like, but what's his thing? And you're like, oh, like nothing.
That's why I said
Nothing.
DX.
You know what they do? You know what they do? They have them come out with songs and they wear their own T-shirts and they sell you those T-shirts. That's all it is. It's really creepy.
Yeah, but they did that too. Right?
Yeah, but it was cool.
Austin 316.
You wanted that shit.
Yeah, I wanted one of those.
You want like the Jericho shirt that says that you can't find one that says "Shut the hell up." It's not there anymore. Or the game, like the one I'm talking about, is like just not there anymore.
Oh, for me, it was only Stone Cold shirt.
Just saying.
Like, or maybe The Rock's like probable shirt.
If
like
you saw the Jericho shirt,
you
saw the Jericho shirt, and you're like 12-year-old Jordan or 13, like Jordan wants that shirt.
Nah, it was just Stone Cold.
You,
I like plain, simple shit, right? And that's what Stone Cold is, just a plain. Like,
I'm telling you,
I'm just gonna drink beer and beat the shit out of you.
I'm telling you, you haven't seen it then.
It's not. Yeah.
You haven't seen it then. You'd be like, yeah, not the. See, I really wish I could just show you these videos, but these guys are prune.
We would show you wrestling clips, but we can't.
What? Great. That's great. But you got. I mean, you can't. I mean, I still think you can have something that's
a little edgier.
Yeah, and just the fact that on top of anything, you know what? My favorite shows on television are House of Cards, Homeland. If those shows were 3 fucking hours long, go fuck yourself.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you can't do it.
I mean,
fucking.
there ain't enough.
What do you think about that at the time?
It is.
I see it.
No. When I was younger, it's like 2006, right?
Yeah.
I like after The Rock left and Stone Cold, like I didn't really want to like actually try to watch it anymore.
I don't remember the exact time slots.
No, I remember recently, as far as back then. Monday Night Raw, like I found it when I was like I found it again. I was like a 4th grade, and I was like, oh, Monday nights from 9 to it was from 9 to 11, so it's 2 hours long. And SmackDown would be on an hour long, I think.
Yeah. I think I had like a small grade. I think Raw was on at 9. I think Nitro was on a little earlier.
Probably at 8.
I think it was on at 8, and it gave me like an hour window to just watch one at a time. But then their good shit would come on as soon as Raw would come on. And Raw would start out straight up right away.
They had to.
Some crazy stories happening.
Well, they had to, because if
Soon
you're right in the
welcome
middle.
to Raw is War. All
yeah.
of a sudden. Yeah. Then it's like.
I'm here to tell you that Jordan is gay.
Fuck.
I mean, he's happy. Don't give me hell. But yeah, it's like, and now it's fucking 3 hours. They call it. I remember when they made it 3 hours. I'm like, that's when I was peeking in back and forth. They call it the Super Show.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not watching this. And by the way, it's not even enough like to be engaging. It's watered down bullshit.
You should only be like, well, they didn't go 3 hours, but they'd go like over limit a little bit. Those
No. Yeah,
that was like the awesome shit.
It's like 11.
It's like, we're gonna keep you here.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be like
it's like a backstage fight or whatever the fuck, or like the match is going on that much. Like, it's 11:15. It's still happening.
As soon as you saw like the copyright shit in the corner of the screen, you're like, "Fuck, it's about to end."
Yeah, I know. Fuck. I know. Or it's like, is it over? Is it over? Is it over? Is it over? You're looking at your friends. Is it over? Then it shows the logo. You're like, fuck.
Right. I fucking got baked. Saw Avatar halfway through the movie Blue. I'm like, fuck you. It's like,
I got it.
yeah, right. I get it, but too long. You know.
You think Zoe's coming back?
I hope.
It's gotta be. They keep teasing it.
My whole thing is that anything that I have to wear a catheter to fucking watch is you're not gonna fucking get me. I end up DVRing it.
Talk about where Jeff
But
Jarrett.
can I say something?
You say anything you want.
Like there's, I mean, I think Seth Rollins is fucking incredible. You know, I really think he's great. I think
Take
you know.
the arrow off the thing, so it shows it. No, just,
Right here?
well, you could have left it playing. You just gotta move the arrow.
What do I do?
Hit play. Move it off the.
I look at moments like when Cena got beaten by Kevin, and Cena came out and cut that promo on him. That was as good a TV as I've seen in fucking 10 years.
Well, but John's.
He's special.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, but the thing is, that if you're gonna fucking if you're gonna hot wind it. Give me something. You know, but if not, man, then fucking give me some fucking wrestling.
How should everything be written for these guys? I mean,
No.
it's a quality control issue.
No. How do you grow? I mean, I've been on fucking movie sets.
It's like, God damn it. All right. That's like having a battle rapper. Like, here, right here, say this. It's like, what? You think, like, look, you gotta be a character to do that, man. Like Stone Cold. That's him.
You gotta be able to go out, because you got, well, I don't know if they do that now, but you have crowds yelling shit out. Like, Vince, if you can't tell, you got about 50,000 people calling you an asshole.
No.
Silence. Like,
It's silent. I can hear someone cough. Okay? I used to wonder what they used to say, and now I can hear them.
oh, is this a real thing? I heard they play tracks, like crowd reaction tracks over their shit now.
They gotta fake it.
Like
This is
crowds
what they do.
cheering, like they play an audio of crowd cheering.
Like, the Roman guy, Roman Reigns, comes out, right?
Yeah.
Like, they don't like him. They boo him. They get boners whenever they, they'll love him now. It's like, no. You know, I know he got sick and everything. It's horrible, and you know. But I'm just saying, like, their idea of him,
Yeah.
it's whack. They would boo him, and they tried. You know what they did? They got McMahon to come back and basically make him like the hero. Yeah. And hey, that match they had with him involved and everything, it's like, oh, you see how they got excited here? And I imagine if you had a better character. But it didn't last. When McMahon left, he did that to elevate him. And when he left, and everyone went back to normal, like, oh, we don't like him. He doesn't do anything. He's just the guy that look. He's a great athlete, and I think he's a really good wrestler. But it's like, what else? Like, it's not funny. It's not engaging. It's not cool. The guy does a Superman punch, and the move's cool, but he does this before he does it. Am I watching Power Rangers right now? I'm not 5.
Yeah.
He does a spear too. And they also like. I'm not trying to hate on this guy all day long. I could, but because he doesn't have I guess he doesn't have a problem with it because he goes with it. But anyway, he comes out and they're booing the fuck out of him. I've never seen anybody get booed this hard. Like,
And he's supposed to be the face, correct?
yeah, it's sad. Like, we should like you, and they hate you. Like, oh, they just it's love and hate. Like, I hear boos, bro. I don't hear anybody cheering. Just boo. Like, Like, I feel bad for that guy. But anyway, right? So, you look at highlights of WrestleMania, whatever the fuck, right? They like watered it down. Like, you hear like someone cheering. I'm like, you had to edit the audio? Like, what are you, CNN?
That brings me to this question. Let's say the reins were off, no leashes, no nothing. Would Roman Reigns be that guy? In my mind, what I've seen of him, I'm like, nah. I don't see
that's what I'm saying.
The personality of a
just wait. This is what I'm saying.
Mega star
That's what
wrestler.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You ever see The Rock when he showed up?
What do you mean?
He's like
At
this,
what time? You mean the newer ones?
no, Rocky Maivia.
Okay, way back.
When he had
Nation of Domination.
when he had the hair that they have now. No, before that.
Before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
He's like,
yeah.
you saw that? Now, to be honest, he was probably The Rock before that. Probably. That seems like a personality thing. But I'm just saying, if he can go from...
Oh, they're like, third generation.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Rocky Maivia, yeah. Like, man commentating.
Yeah.
They can go... yeah. Oh, what a maneuver! Whoa! Look at that!
Horrible.
Look
Horrible
at that!
at announcing.
You want to see some? I'll show you.
He
some.
got in the way of Jim Ross. Jim Ross is like, oh, okay. And he goes back to explaining moves that are happening rather than, oh, wow. Whatever Vince would say.
Oh, yeah, wow! You want to see?
There's Kane. That's gotta be.
No.
That's gotta be Kane.
You want to see some?
Like, let JR do that.
That was cool.
You gotta let JR do that.
That's gotta be Kane.
He hesitated too much. He's got to be the evil boss. That's his role in life.
It started in '97. What were they gonna say? Oh, you want to see something hilarious? We'll see. We'll see if we can watch it. There's like a bodybuilding show that they tried to do, and he's just
the WWF or
the WWBF Worldwide Bodybuilding Federation, whatever. It's this dude going like this, like I'm on drugs, and then Vince is like in the back going, wow! It's fucking hilarious. Like, dude, you must got some lungs on you, bro, because he's just all you hear is wow! Like, might as well be fireworks as these guys posing and shit. Anyway, would he be big right now? What he is right now? I'm not saying what he could be, but what he is right now.
Like, take this character.
Yeah, right now.
Take off the leash and say, we're going back to the Attitude Era. Where does he fit in there?
You know, I don't know. All I'm saying is this: like, the character is right now. Yo, you're like not even. Well, here's the shit.
Is he like beefing with like Val Venus or something?
Well, Val Venus was cool.
Yeah, but he's not.
Yeah.
Like, up there.
Yeah, he's someone's thug probably. No offense. Like, I don't.
He looks like an acolytes type guy.
Yeah. Like, here's the shit. It's like.
Maybe. Like the silent guy.
Guess what he was in the show?
Right,
there's a group, right, with Dean
Farouk
Ambrose.
and Bradshaw are just chilling, smoking cigars.
Oh, they were funny as fuck.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. They called them the Shield. Okay, first of all, that shit's whack.
That's a whack name.
You got guys with, like...
It sounds like some Marvel
security security guard like shit, and they walk out. It was I think it was garbage. Here's my problem. Like, if you don't know it's garbage, then what the fuck, man? Like, you're walking out, it's like, ooh, Delta, ooh, Shield, dandy.
Oh, don't be too accurate.
Yeah, I know. I'll get pulled down. You know, no, they'll just stitch my mouth and have a logo on my mouth when I wake up in the morning. What I'm saying is, like, if you don't see how that's whack,
yeah,
like how can I trust you back then? You know, I'm sure they got a lot of shit wrong back then, but you know, it's like this. It's like, yeah, you know, I don't know, man. You know, he's a great athlete and everything. I think he's a good wrestler. You know, because when you put it when it's something in regards of, hey, the independent guys, you know, from the independent leagues of wrestling, the guys that are really good, like Bret Hart level good. When you got those guys like rising up, So they're probably looking for something else. And then they come over here, then you got to wrestle them, then you got to be on par with them. It's like, oh, you're naturally just going to get really good. Well, it takes work, but you get what I'm saying? But as far as him being popular, this shit, fuck no. Fuck no. Like, Triple H was always cool.
Yeah.
But when you take away the guys that he used to beef with, it's like, what the fuck? He can't, like, how?
What are the hillbilly guys? Are you talking about Hunter Hearst Helmsley? That old?
No. I said Triple H.
Yeah.
When Steve Austin, The Rock left.
Oh, okay. Alright, the newer stuff.
And all that shit's gone.
Newer.
And, like, it's just him. Like, he's the guy that would beef with them. And when you take away them, it's like, well, what the fuck? What's he going to do? And then you get him versus Scott Steiner, which was a shit show. Then you get him pretending to be, like, Triple H. No, my bad, to be Ric Flair. Then you have this thing with, now he has a group with Evolution. Like, all that crap was garbage. I thought it was kind of garbage.
I know nothing. Other than, like, video game shit.
It was cool. Like, as far as video games and... But it's like... I don't... Like, I'm not into it.
Alright, let's continue.
My bad. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Click on the play
I
button.
got you.
Click on the screen itself.
99% of the shit that ever makes it on film for me is shit that fucking it's the third cut and they say just one of yours. Mm-hmm. Because there's nobody that's fucking sitting there writing that's been 6'10".
You've been in a WWE locker room. I haven't. How many of these guys would be able to if you just gave them 3 or 4 bullet points and said?
You'd be surprised.
Positively?
Yeah. You'd be surprised.
So maybe they'll try that then. Who knows? We'll see.
I'm just saying that my whole thing is this, you know.
It's garbage. I told you.
What do you have to lose?
I think maybe again, public company. Somebody says the wrong thing. Somebody slips. Somebody needs control.
Somebody could easily slip. Now. You still got a 7.
I think they're more comfortable with it being so controlled. They count the screen time of every ethnicity so that it can be this is a fact. There's someone at the tower that does that compilation so that if ever it's brought up, a company, these public companies, they have it. No. Who was...
That kills individuality
See?
completely.
See?
That turns.
I forgot to say that. You see what I'm saying?
That turns into Michael B. Jordan playing Superman, rather than sticking to the authentic character. Yeah. Right? That should be the.
Yeah.
That's the wealth.
I told you.
That's the wealth in life. Period. Is authenticity.
I told you. Okay, ready? They had Wiz Khalifa rapping "We Them Boys" on Raw once. I'm like,
I don't mind that.
No, just wait. You can have that. That's fucking cool. That's like a guilty pleasure. Like that's a catchy song, that's just wait.
Yeah.
The way it is now, and the way that is now, what he just said.
Yeah.
It's like, who okayed that? Like you guys are getting dangerous here.
They're probably people working for Vince, looking at demographics, like, hey, boss. All these other companies are doing things like this. They're pushing certain ideas out into the forefront.
Garbage.
You better get on this now.
It's garbage.
Holy
fuck, man.
Right. And when we're talking about like authenticity, we're not talking about them being like, realistic or really beating the shit out of each other, right?
Oh, they get beat
That's
up.
why it's so ironic. You know what I mean? Like they're really.
I'm just stating.
Really throwing a punch to hurt
it.
someone and things like that, right?
Well, yeah.
That's the irony of it. We're demanding authenticity in something that's supposed to be for show.
Like when The Rock and Triple H, right? They would they would trade insults. Sometimes they go off the cuff. And you'd hear them, and then you would hear stories about people talking about it. It's like they'd go in the back, like who the fuck told him that? Fuck him. He can't say that.
Yeah, I've seen videos of like Attitude Era stuff where that weren't broadcast on TV, like either pre-show or like post-show or something, where some guy comes out and just goes on a spiel. It's like you could tell they're not. There's no script here. This wasn't for the main show, anyways, and they're just talking shit.
But this shit, now it's not real. It's not off. It's it's okay. I'm not watching a character. I'm watching a brand. Okay, when that Seth Rollins guy comes out, first of all, he has whack music.
I don't know his music.
It's it's like just that. But now they added they added burn it, like some fake metal. How dare you? How dare you tarnish that? But anyway, burn it down. Same music, everyone says it. It's like, first of all, you all suck for doing that, for promoting it.
That is a great example of why character becomes so important.
And that's it.
Look at Kurt Angle.
Oh.
Right? His music is from like some other guy, right?
Kurt Angle's music was originally from The Patriot.
Yeah.
I saw.
And now that he's this character, Kurt Angle.
Yeah, he's the cocky narcissist. Oh, that's because of Edge. But it's perfect because he's like the cocky, actually Olympic gold wrestler. Narcissist.
Hey guys.
He's like, hey, I drink milk. Like, that's perfect. Like, you had so many great characters. You know why? Like he was legit. Like, hey guys, watch this. Kurt Angle, Undertaker, Steve Austin, Rock, Jericho, Triple H 2. I can keep going. Acolytes. I can keep going.
They fucking block dumb shit.
It's like YouTube.
You
suck.
You suck. He's like, hey. Like, he always has that reaction. It's like, shouldn't you be used to it now? By now, Kurt, you should be used to that.
It's
but
great.
The character's still always like, what the hell?
No.
Shut up.
One time in 2007, he's like, I'm gonna come back. He's like, cut off my music. I'm gonna walk back out of those curtains, and when I come back out here, you will show me the respect I deserve. Does it again? They're just louder now. He's like, we're gonna keep doing this all night. That looked like something that happened in the moment. That's what makes it. That's what makes things great.
Yeah.
It's not. They'll love this. Watch this. Okay, you're gonna call him a bastard now. Everyone's gonna go, ooh. It's called the cheap pop. Okay, I'm sitting back here, and it's like, yo, that was garbage. That was garbage. They got this guy Dean Ambrose, right?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be. They call him the lunatic fringe. What the fuck does that even mean?
The lunatic fringe?
Yeah, they call him that. He's supposed to be crazy. It's like, like.
Oh, he's the guy with the they showed me the white tank top. Or when you were playing the video game.
He used to wear the white tee and the you hear the music.
Let's just say it wasn't memorable, so
Garbage.
I don't remember it.
It's like, and here's the other thing, right? Like, is that it? There's nothing to it.
This may be nostalgia, but it seemed like the music back in the day fit the characters.
It's because, look, you have The Rock, you have Jericho. It's not just a coincidence, man.
And it's them talking and singing their own songs. It's hilarious, and it's awesome.
Well, if not that, it fits the character.
Yeah.
So, you have even Acolytes. Come on. Fucking...
Do I remember their music? I don't know if I remember their music. Yeah.
Like, they walk out, you hear that? No, that's like you're sitting in class. You're like, I hate this teacher, dude. I hope he dies. It's your junior test. You hear... A fucking door busts open. It's two of them. Like, you're like... You don't even see them. You just hear the music. Like, you just look at the door. Door busts open. It's both of them. Fucking Farouk holds him. Like, maybe I'll just... No, my bad.
Bradshaw.
It's been like 10 years.
Yeah.
You get used to it. It's like Bradshaw just clothesline him. It's like, you're like, yeah! You just pour beer on him and shit and walk away.
Those guys were awesome characters.
Well, yeah.
They were like almost perfect for a wrestler.
Here's the thing.
They're like mercenaries. They're just chilling.
When it stopped being...
Playing cards, smoking cigars and shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're hiring us? Okay.
So when he became like a singles guy, he became JBL. He's a great character. Just wrong time.
I didn't like the JBL thing.
Trust me.
I like the Bradshaw and Farouk thing.
No, it's more likable.
James says, because he's from Cincinnati and we have a rock station, WEBN, the lunatic fringe of American FM radio, I guess.
What I'm saying is they give him whack nicknames. There's no characters. It's like, dude, I want to like you, but fuck.
Did they explain that?
What?
That's where it came from, or they're just like, or did he just pick that name out?
I'm not sure. I'm just saying they called him that one day. I'm like, that's it? He, like, the Dean Ambrose guy, right? He's like a combination of fucking Psycho Sid and Brian Pillman.
Okay.
And it's like watered down. So you can only imagine what it's like.
Well, Psycho Sid wasn't that great of a character to me. And he was alright. It's like, okay,
What's his
he's
gimmick?
like a generic bad guy.
What's his gimmick? Oh, he's crazy. He's a big dude. With Brian Pillman. I'm crazy, but he was fucking cool. And you let him say whatever the fuck you know.
Yeah, Pillman was alright. But Psycho Sid, like I don't want to hear
I'm
you
saying,
talking.
imagine that.
I want to see you get
Oh, he's crazy.
super kicked into this.
It's like, that's it?
And his powerbomb was fucking awesome too.
Yeah. But this guy does like a DDT thing.
PR reps. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck, man. If I was a billionaire, I'm like, oh, we don't like the fact that you said this. I'm like, oh, suck my dick. Really? I'm so serious. He's cool. Well, you guys are right. Everything. Yeah. Look, you would imagine like he would be cool, but it's like, how can that guy be cool? How can this guy be cool here?
Are you saying be cool like
Look,
like hardcore title days?
That guy.
Where it's like, if you have the belt, you got
the Dean Ambrose guy is the guy that's like, I'm gonna have blood on my face. I'm gonna go like, fucking bite on your ear type of thing, and I'll like.
Al Snow.
Yeah, but
like he'd be fighting Al Snow and Mankind and shit like that. Terry Funk.
But he could be like, I think he could be like a Steve Austin.
Edge for a little bit, right? Hardcore title.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's like, how could Stone Cold be that today? It wouldn't happen.
He'd do it anyways.
No.
In my mind, that character would do it anyways.
You're out. They wouldn't let it happen. No.
Until the market shifted for it. Right.
Peace out. No, back then it was it was different. They didn't do that. You heard what he said. That's creepy.
Yeah.
And they have this John Cena guy who's like,
you're pissing and moaning.
Yeah. I'm gonna just keep playing.
So who got the big pop because he was discovered to be a non-white? Seth. They're like, wait a minute, we could put him in the non-white category for all that TV time? So the decisions that are made
Was he Serb?
from very, what is he?
Lopez. His last name's Lopez.
All right, well, but anyway, my point being that it's that,
American Indian. I got another fucking run.
Lopez is a whack name, isn't it?
but not a non-white. Roman Reigns? Oh, really? We'll take a look and know that he.
Escape.
All right, yeah, my bad. The last guy that probably had a chance at being a superstar.
It's the second one.
It is.
Full screen.
The last guy that I think had a real, like two of them. The last two guys that probably had a real, well, no, I'd argue it was this guy. It was the CM Punk. He was, I feel like he was the last real guy to be. That was like, let's see, 7 years ago? 7 years ago. This guy
And he was allowed to.
This guy was getting the Steve Austin treatment.
And he was allowed to do certain things. Like language,
Straight
and
up,
actions.
like, allegedly one time, right? They call this like his moment.
Yeah.
One day, they just said, okay, you're going to go out there and you just say whatever the fuck you want. And he's like, really? Like, yeah. Like, okay. And he just says a bunch of shit he's not supposed to. And I'm like, I was like, what? And like, yeah, it's like you
Was
don't-
it just vulgar or something? I wish I could play these fucking clips.
He's the guy that probably wouldn't like. He would curse, but it's like, that's good enough, dude.
I have no idea. So
What I'm saying, I'll show you later, maybe. But yeah, it's like, and then even then, it's like they just didn't like, but he doesn't look cool. That's what they think. It's like, no, we like him. We cheer for him. Like he got the Steve Austin like treatment. Like, oh, you're the underdog. But it's different. But it's also cool, which makes you think. It's like, yeah, he would be fine in those days. I think so. But I guess a guy that's skinny fat and 6'2" and has tattoos and just doesn't work for these guys. You got to be clean and We're trying to sell it to kids. Even though the guy's like drug free. Like,
hold up. So the next video we're going on to is Jim Cornette talking about why the wrestling business is dead.
tennis
Right.
racket. The guy with the tennis racket.
That's how I know.
The first time I saw him,
That and do like announcing here and there.
yeah. Oh, he's good.
Yeah, he's fine.
The first time I saw him was when he was on TNA.
Yeah.
So that's the shit that, like, oh, what other wrestling I could watch? If you're like binging, then hey, on Spike on Thursday nights for 1 hour,
Yeah.
it's on, and he was there.
That was our ECW for me, for my era.
What?
ECW was like
yeah,
the
yeah.
other, like the sort of fringe thing that you could watch.
Mm. Well, actually, that's the shit you want to do if you just want to see blood.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
It's-
there's still like
I'll
other
be
shit
honest,
to
it's
watch.
garbage.
There's other shit
It's
to
kind of
watch.
yeah. It's like it's this.
No idea what the stories were
It's
going on.
too much of it's basically the whole like I don't like the heavily choreographed wrestling. It's whack. It's like too much. The like, dude, like in ECW, like when some of that shit's just too much. Like, dude, just go get a gun, shoot him, pin him, straight up. Sandman versus Sabu. Like,
But that's why we watch.
No, hold up, no holds barred. They just dude pulls the gun out of his cock, just shoots him in the head, pins him. 1, 2, 3. Like, come on, like, let's just be
But
real.
that was why it was like different from the other shit.
Yeah.
And it was better off with like in the fringe
Now,
area.
yeah.
And also, like, I had no idea what storylines were going on with that shit. I just knew it was like, oh, this is like extreme wrestling.
I think he explains it really good.
Okay. Jim Cornette.
You know, once again, getting away from wrestling,
He's savage.
I've found that everybody in the wrestling business is crazy. Either you're crazy so you get into the wrestling business, or you get into wrestling business and the crazy people you have to deal with make you crazy. But sooner or later, everybody in the wrestling business is crazy. And I guess the biggest thing is I have never been able to admit defeat. I've never been able to say, okay, I quit. I'm not going to be able to do this. No, goddamn, I'm going to do it. I'm going to push this rock up this bridge, up this hill, no matter what. I've never been able to admit defeat. And finally, I had the epiphany where if I don't admit defeat, I'm going to die. I'm going to have a heart attack or a stroke or something. The wrestling business is dead. I cannot bring it back single-handedly. I can't save it. It's too late for that. Nobody can bring it back. A concerted effort can't bring it back because it's dead.
It's different.
No, the wrestling business is dead. There is a sports entertainment business, but the wrestling business is dead. And for the past 20 years, I've seen what was coming. And sports entertainment, let's face it, is not nearly as popular, not viewed by nearly as many people. When you look at the statistics over 30 years ago versus today, there's never been a time where fewer people were watching pro wrestling, or whatever version of it is, on television, going to see.
So that's the point I was going at. There's a B right there. That's the point I was going at before.
Immediately shoulder roll.
It's like, is this really, like, how's this for money if it's not really working? Right?
Yeah. I do think, yeah, well, here's the thing. It's like, as far as what's going on today, like, holy fuck, is it insane. Back then, do you remember the Nation of Domination? And then what DX did? Like, look what the Heart Foundation did. And there's a whole, like, room that says KFC. And, like, you can't even dream of doing that today.
Yeah.
So I do think there's money to be made and all that crap, you know. But it's also like we can't afford to do this.
What if there's like some like wizard at the top of WWE who's feeding information to Vince McMahon, like, you must reflect the society. Now we have like SJW stuff. They start following those type of demographics. And
it wasn't that long ago where you had
Cold War.
You had China.
The orange?
You had fucking China winning the fucking Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah.
And now, a man hitting a woman? Are you insane? I mean,
China in the Royal Rumble.
Steve Austin was stunned. Just Linda McMahon. Yeah, that ain't happening ever. Never ever. Like Stephanie McMahon getting like stunned or rock bottom. She's untouchable. She can slap you and get people to beat you down. That's why I'm like the Roman Reigns character, right? When they're trying to build him up, like she would like, oh, she slapped him. It's like this is. Yo, it's sus as fuck. All right. Fuck it, it's gay. All right, it's super gay. Like how the fuck do you let this person slap him and he can't do anything? Fucking spear her. Punch her. Do something. She's like, you know, it's a show. Holy fuck. Like no one gave a fuck when Steve Austin stunned her and stunned, like, right? It's like, oh look, it's a villain. Steve Austin would stun McMahon, then he'd stun Stephanie McMahon, then Shane would go fucking bouncing out of the ring, you know? It's too like, oh, we can't do that. It's like, guys, this sucks. Like, right? Have one of the female wrestlers like kick the dude in the balls. You know what I mean? There's none of that no more. None of it.
It seems like they're moving their brand towards kids, and then losing, I'd say, a lot of adults, as opposed to before where they moved towards adults and had a lot of kids, you know, jumping in.
The only adult, I'd say that the most of the adults now that I watch, because what they watched back then, they want to hold on to it. And what they do, they get their kids to watch, and that's what happens.
It's like a hobby or like a collector's item.
It's a fucking hobby.
Collector's item.
That NXT shit, NXT.
Yeah.
Those are the super fans. Like, go see that. That's like a.
Isn't that like? That's like a minor league.
Yeah, but people say, oh, it's better. I'm like, probably. I'll be honest. The matches are probably better. It's probably a better show, but better characters. Probably not. Probably not.
I have no idea.
To be fair, I only watched a couple of it, but it's like it's like enclosed. You know what I mean?
Those belts are fucking ugly.
Those belts are whack as fuck. Are you kidding me?
Ugly as shit.
Yeah. Like, that's more ugly than the World Heavyweight Championship. WCW Championship. I'll take that any day over that thing.
The WCW one gets nostalgia points, but
Pro wrestling live in the arenas.
That's all for me.
Consider themselves fans of pro wrestling. There's never been fewer guys making a full-time living. There's a lot of wrestlers, but nobody's making a full-time living at pro wrestling. Every way that you can measure whatever you call the business that happens inside a squared circle, this is the lowest in the history of over 100 years of the measurement of that sport.
Because as a people, we've changed. Fair to say?
Well, no, we've somehow figured out a way to fuck this business up. We had a business for decades and decades and decades where people with very little, if any, education, as long as they had a mind and they had some athletic ability, could become stars on television and draw tens of thousands of people to see them live in arenas across the country. A building that was conducted, a business that was conducted largely in cash, where not only did you get to be stars and make all this money and the promoters made a fortune, but you got women and you got fame and you got all this stuff, and somehow We figured out a way to fuck that up.
Well, though I think the audience has become much more cynical. It's a tougher people to play to. The internet, the information age has taken away a very big advantage that the wrestling business had, which was control. Control of information, control of those angles, and control of just how much I'm going to let you see. That's gone. So
let me ask you this. You're a very intelligent man.
Oh, hell no.
You didn't have to pause it for that.
No, I was going to say something.
Oh, okay.
It's like, yeah, I shouldn't know a lot of this shit that I know now. It should be a look, right? He's going to bring it up. I'm going to say it anyway, just make a point. Chris Angel, right?
Yeah, magician.
Is he going to fucking tell you how
No.
right? No.
Nah.
But you know it's an illusion.
Yeah. Most people know it's an illusion.
Right. My point is, like, okay, you know he's an illusionist. That's what he's a magician.
Mm-hmm.
He's not fucking, I'm a superpower. No. He's an illusionist. Okay?
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. How the fuck did he do that? Like, we don't fucking know. That's what this shit should be. Okay?
Yeah.
You should have known. That's why I'm hell bent. I am hell fucking bent on this, right? I'm the bad guy. Everyone hates me, right? And my job is to be hated, okay? Which means today, right? I'd walk out with that MAGA hat on, my middle finger going like this to everybody. I just put it on, make them all pissed, and they'd all boo me.
Yeah.
And then later that night, I jumped their favorite guy and beat the fuck out of him and wear a hat and put it on him and flip off everybody, right? Now you're not gonna see me, right, when the show's over. You're not gonna see me on Twitter, Instagram, like anti-bullying, like a fucking commercial. Bullying is bad. Like, what? I just saw you beat the fuck out of him. You just jumped him. That's what they do. Like, this shit's soft, first of all.
Alright, are these guys on social media out of character?
Yeah. Yeah. Right? Look, imagine this. Imagine, that's called breaking kayfabe. You don't do it. It's a lost art, right? So, you had Jericho, right? In like 2008, when I think it was a good character, to be honest. When he started wearing the business suit and tie. Like, you have to see it. It's like, whoa. Anyway, he's a bad guy now. Okay? Like an asshole. Like, completely different than ever before him.
Mm-hmm.
And a fan see him. A fan sees him and his son. It's a kid. They get stuck in an elevator. He's like, hey, we love you. We're really big fans. Just looks at him like this. Stays in character like the whole thing. It's like, yeah, we know what you do. Listen, can we get a signed autograph? Just stares at him. Like you gotta see his face, dude. It's fucking priceless when he does this shit.
They have the elevator. Oh no, it's the guys with the camera.
No. It's a fan
with a camera pointed at him.
No, it's a fan and the kid and him, just them. And Jericho tells this story.
Oh, okay.
He's like, this is how far I went.
It's method acting.
But it's perfect.
It's method acting.
Because you go above and beyond. Yeah. So he's like, you're not gonna give us a fucking autograph? Just stares at him. Like, no. He says something like, fuck you, or whatever the fuck. Like, your job is to make him fucking hate you. Do it. Don't fucking, like, grab his kid and, like rape his dad in front of him or anything.
And that's...
Just wait.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, yeah, that's my point.
And wouldn't that be super important in when everyone has phones everywhere all the time?
Incredible. Like, you have to. Like, hey, you want to do this. Yeah. If you're going to do this, fucking, okay?
Yeah.
Like, you can't, Christ, fucking demon on wings. You can't have, alright, we're doing this cheesy angle, right? We have this, the Russian guy with his wife, and you got this, the Dolph Ziggler guy. Oh, fuck, he's kissing his wife, dude. I'm leaving you, Rusev. Bye-bye. I'm with Dolph now. He's like, no. And then, ready? On social media, we're getting married. I'm like, I'd fire your ass.
Yeah.
Unreal. I can't believe it. Like, I can't believe it. Like,
at least hire
this is the tough part. Like, the Undertaker, right? When he's wearing the dead shit.
Yeah.
You know, I could, like, you know what, dude, bro? We could tone it down a little bit. That way you don't have to walk around like that all day long. But at least, dude, fucking hide. Just hide as much. You're 7 feet tall, dude. So you're like 6'10". I get it. But at least wear something like that. Have someone carry your shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't do that. You fucking can't, man. It takes on, like, you know.
Key lesson here: wrestlers hire like interns or secretaries or whatever the fuck to handle your social
Oh,
media.
no, they do it.
No.
No,
Alright.
if Steve Austin had Instagram back then, that would have been funny and cool and all that shit.
He'd be the anti-social media. I just saw the scenario in my head as you were saying that, where he's like holding up I just got on Instagram. He's like, okay, live video. Hold this for me. Stuns some guy, whoever he's talking to.
Maybe.
He flips him off and he stuns him right there.
I could see it.
And it's the only post ever of Stone Cold Steve Austin. It'll get like 10 bajillion fucking views.
I could see this
That would
happening.
be genius.
I could see him having something,
Yeah.
but it'd be like, fuck, Raw went off air. And it's his shit, but it's more like, it's like, he's just like, he's beating the fuck out of someone, he's just holding, like, watch this. Maybe. That makes more sense, see? The Rock would have it, but it'd be hilarious.
The Rocks would be genius.
Alright.
Be nonstop.
And you get on the internet for a variety of things, besides professional wrestling, I'm sure. You know how wrestling is booked and how finishes are called and who does these things, right? Do you know how that the guy rolls the steamroller over Chris Angel and flattens him out onto the pavement so he's like a fucking cardboard cutout of himself and then suddenly he pops out back to life somewhere else? Do you know how that's done?
No.
Exactly. There's an internet. Boxing has always been somewhat worked, manipulated. UFC, although it's legitimate in the ring, they're using pro wrestling tricks to hype a fight.
Sure, yeah.
Everybody can see that. Well, since we're not using them, they might as well. I've said that for years, that the UFC is now the most successful pro wrestling promotion on the planet. It's just that when we got too big in the 80s for our own good, when people started noticing, not just the wrestling fans and the wrestling promoters and the wrestlers, but when mainstream people and television networks start...
If it wasn't for the Attitude Era, I don't know what the fuck. Like, look, they're still... Here. Can you give me that... oh, it's not up here. Okay? You have WWE 2K16. It has Steve Austin on
Yeah. But that's...
No.
That's 2K Sports. They do
No.
it. They do that.
It doesn't... I'm telling you.
What was last year's game? They had Shaq on the cover.
That's not the point.
Or no, they had like a normal version with a
The point is...
current player than a
How
special
often
edition.
do they do that?
Does 2K do that?
Yeah.
All the time. 2K11 was Michael Jordan, I think.
That's different.
He's an older player. He's the GOAT.
That's
Stone Cold's the GOAT. You put him on the cover of
It's
video game.
different.
Oh, people will buy this.
I'm telling you, it's different. It's called... this will sell more. So,
Yeah.
Hey, dude. Hey, back then, right? You didn't have pictures of fucking Bruno Sammartino on the cover of your fucking Nintendo 64 game, did you? No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't have 80s Hulk Hogan on there going like this, with his fucking headband in his mouth, going. Argh. No. You had the. Oh, these guys are hot, right? Our guys are hot right now. That's what I mean. What's good? No, we get.
I think that's different. But
No, dude, it's like that nostalgia shit.
I think they would still sell the
telling you,
older
bro.
fighters, yes, but I don't think it's
It's-
applying the video game
It's
so
bad.
much.
I think that shit's holding them up because no one's gonna look back in 2030 and go, "Do you remember that shit in 2007? That was so cool." Like that shit was garbage. You know, everyone's gonna think back of the 1998, 96 through 2000, 2001, 2002.
Actually,
I'm stretching it a bit right there. 2002, but still.
that made a question pop into my head. Does the way they're so openly like saying like this is fake, guys?
It's out
Does
there
it
now.
tarnish the Attitude Era?
No.
As
No.
far as like, oh yeah, maybe not.
No, you know why?
Fans
Because
the fans that are watching that were like,
Because they never fucking said it. They never made it like, oh, we know what he's talking about.
okay, yeah,
Like see the shoot thing? That's
What?
like slang for like
yeah.
I'm gonna tell you all. I'm gonna tell all.
Yeah.
Like they'll use that in a promo now.
Shoot the shit.
They'll use that in a promo now. Guys, you can't cut a promo. I'm a better worker than you. It's like, don't fucking say that. Fucking make me believe you're a fighter.
Yeah.
I'll show you like after this because I can't play it because they're pussies. They cry when I play their shit. Like, guys, I play it. Maybe 5 more people see it because I'm not getting like tens of thousands of views yet.
And
Like, let me just.
it applies to all of it. If Game of Thrones was just alive, and I don't know if that would count.
No, it wouldn't, dude. It's different.
But there's a setting. If you see,
Here's a show.
if you see Cersei,
It's a show, right?
in like some dragon stone or whatever the fuck it's called, it's like, oh, you need to be in character here.
It's a show, right?
Yeah.
So is this. The only difference is it's live.
Well, one's
That's the
interactive, right? Cersei's not, saying, hey, Jen, stop talking shit about me, right? She's just a character within this universe here.
Yeah, I got you, but still.
Wrestling's supposed to, like, expand beyond that.
Yeah, but it's a show. It's literally a show about.
Yeah, but it
Just
goes
wait.
beyond that and interacts with the fans.
I get it. It's a show about a wrestling show. How odd is that?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Started noticing, hey, we can make millions of dollars with wrestling. That was the beginning of the end. Because then people from outside the business got inside the business, didn't take care of the business, didn't know how to promote the business without hurting the business, and most importantly, didn't know what kind of people not to let in the business.
Don't you think that you said it got too big in the 80s, but 95, 96, 97, 98.
Well, we were already on the
99,
downhill slide.
Yeah, but you still, there was a resurgence in popularity, and the buildings were full again. And
Well, yeah, but it was a completely different thing. That was a boom period of a fad of sports entertainment that wasn't going to last.
different than the 80s, yeah, okay. The product was different.
Because it wasn't that the 80s were so big, it's just the 80s.
Seems like the 80s were the whole, I'm Superman, and you can come see me live. But
that's like what was going on,
Dude.
in America, period. That's what it seemed like. It wasn't just wrestling that was like that. It was
Well, it's a cultural
There's the
thing.
films, there's,
Still.
right? Still like it was still like a Rocky era type thing, right?
No, I don't mean
Here's
Rocky.
the clearly good guy. Here's the clearly bad
Yeah, I
guy.
get it, but still, it's wrestling. In boxing, right? 85, 86, who's fighting?
In the 80s?
Yeah.
I mean, like Hagler and
Mid 80s.
Hearns.
Who just burst onto the scene?
I mean Tyson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
but he wasn't the
No.
bad boy Tyson.
no.
He was just a phenom.
Late 80s. What's it looking like now?
With Tyson,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know his chronological history.
Whatever, son.
I don't know what years from what year.
1990, it's still like Hulk Hogan. When it starts...
That's still the era, I think.
92, right? I think that's when Hogan lost the championship, whatever the fuck, to Ultimate Warrior, which is basically like, we want you now. But then they quickly went back to him. But nonetheless, it's like, that's like, yeah, dude, that's like Superman, wee. That's right, kids, and eat your Wheaties. Now it's like, all right, they're gonna boo you. They're gonna get older. The times are gonna change, and they'll boo your ass. 'Cause you're corny, son. Eat your vitamins. Fuck you, man. Well, I'm gonna fuck your mother.
I just think the cultures were different than that.
Oh, they changed, yeah.
I think they flowed with the culture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now they're sort of flowing with only one side of the culture going.
Yeah.
Right? There's the guys, why are you taking everything serious? And then there's the SJW idea. People.
Honestly, it'd be healthy if they just did not give a fuck.
Yeah, they were just
Guys.
impartial.
Yeah, and you have to answer to us. Actually, we don't. It's our network. Fuck you. Ha 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 ha.
Can you imagine a hipster wrestler versus like a Trump hat guy?
I'm telling you.
I think they would.
Why do you think I said
it'd
that?
be corny, but it would.
Why did you think?
It'd be corny and die out in a short period of time. But
sure. But why do you think I said that?
Fun.
The
It
heel
reflects the times.
Yeah.
80s we started getting noticed. And look at the crowds in the 60s and the 70s in some of the stadiums and a lot of the territories. Jesus Christ, there were 350,000 paid admissions for pro wrestling in the city of Memphis for 51 shows in 1974. You know, Memphis wrestling was huge. There were stadiums, but in 1972 they ran Shea Stadium for Bruno and Pedro. Texas, Fritz Von Erich's world title match with Dory Funk Jr. drew 20-something thousand people. But suddenly, in the 80s, Vince takes everything and opens it up. At the same time, he starts presenting a silly product.
He's opening it up, but he's closing territories and taking away any other option. I mean, you could blame that as much as you blame that as much as you blame Vince Russo. Why don't you hate McMahon?
Well, I do it, but at least he's good at what he does. So it's like Paul Lee. You know, we may dislike each other's methods every once in a while, but I could respect him for being good at what he's done and for having talent. The same thing with Vince McMahon, Russo. We're not going to talk about him. The point is, the 80s were the downhill slide where people started getting involved in the business that weren't going to take care of it and that didn't know who to let into it and didn't know what to say about it. And that was the beginning of the end. Vince started getting sillier, trying to appeal to a more mainstream, audience. Yes, everything was hot, but it was also hot in the 70s. Territories were selling out everywhere. Then all of a sudden, Vince gets in problems. WCW hires incompetent leadership to, put the boots to the company that they've just bought. The period of 1991 or 2 through 1995 was the worst period in modern history for wrestling in terms of ratings and live attendance and etc. And of course, that's when I opened up a company, and I got impeccable timing. Then there's a boom period because now people who have been run off from wrestling, they get back into it because they see Austin and Rock.
That's true.
But they get exposed to the desensitivity of the shit, and now everybody knows what's going on the internet and etc. Yes, that does play a large part of it because now everybody knows shit they shouldn't know, and everybody knows what's going on. And then that boom was brought to an end by Steve Austin hugging Vince McMahon because they thought it would freshen him up, and even Austin was back.
I hated that shit. I was like, this shouldn't exist. The handshake.
That's basically saying, look, we have a champion over here. Oh, not anymore. It's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That means anything goes at any given. That's the other thing with wrestling. Okay. You have guys. If you have guys that are not like, again, the whole champion hero thing.
Yeah.
If they're not that, then they can fucking turn heel whenever the fuck they want, right? But if you have a guy that's like Steve Austin, who is that, right? You can't have him do that.
He's supposed to be a loner, period.
Yeah. No special case. Well,
He'll work with someone for a night.
What if this happened? Like, no, you can't do it.
If I gotta be your tag team partner to beat the shit out of this guy, I'm with it.
Like, he's like that shit. He's not supposed to be like, okay, we're team this.
This would have been better, right? Like, he extends his hand, grabs it, pulls him in.
Yeah.
Then, fuck.
It's supposed to be Vince and I'm like, now you all know my secret plan this whole time. And he says, like, a certain keyword or something. Like, that's right, don't trust anyone. Then the camera zooms on Stone Cold. He looks up with this big grin on his face. Like,
Yeah.
You're fucked, man. Like, I did that to get the title. That's all I care about. I got my title, so now it's fuck you again.
Even that, it's like, yeah, but like, would he resort to that? Even though I would love that way better than.
Yeah, I bet everyone was waiting for a stunner to happen. Like, it's gonna happen at some point. He's gonna.
It's like Undertaker losing at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's like, you see that one guy's like.
Behind it, but in hindsight, we know that and the purchase of WCW by the WWE is what led to suddenly 3 or 4 million people in a 6-month period not switching over to the other channel, but just leaving because they were either WCW fans because that was still the real wrestling and now their hope was gone, and also the new fad fans Austin hugged McMahon. That's the one thing they didn't want to see. That was the boo that they, well, no, it's not that we don't like, we're mad about this and want to see what's going to happen next. It was boo, like, no, we didn't want to see this. Like in Dallas, when the people found out the Von Erichs weren't the Christian All-American boys they thought they were. They felt taken. They felt, wait a minute, they pulled the wool over our eyes. So fuck this whole thing. And they all went away, and it's never recovered. And now it's become a touring holiday on ice in the ring, where you go to see the show, but nobody takes it seriously. Yeah. And there's no real alternative because TNA has been mismanaged, and it's...
So yeah, that's what it is. Hey, let's go see it. Versus, yo, let's go see.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck, dude! Like you should see it, right? Even when they try to get extreme, these chair shots they do. First of all, they're fucking crazy for ever doing that. Second of all, they do this thing where it's like watered down. They go like, it's like versus Steve Austin just going pick up the chair, going fuck you. Bah!
Yeah.
The tables, it's like.
Yeah, it looks like a Lego set or something like that.
Well, no, I meant like the 3D. Get the table, like those ones.
Yeah.
Like, why did that look better? It's not nostalgia talking. I mean, for real now. Like, why does that look better?
Oh, yeah, they looked better
than the ones they bring out now. In the announce tables, they literally go. They're like this. They're built like, okay, one here, one here, one here. It's like, it gives out, not like bending and breaking. Like, guys, I'm all for safety. But hey, if you want to like give something to someone, fucking give. I'm not saying give your knee. You know what I'm saying here. It's like, or just don't do it. Just don't fucking do it.
Yeah.
It looks like cardboard cutouts, like, but they don't break, and you literally fall and they go like, dude, like, what is this? It's whack, man. It's garbage. Anyone that says otherwise, like, I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about.
Or they didn't watch the Attitude Era. To where you're a kid.
Some did.
Where you're a kid scrambling to the TV trying to find out what's happening next.
Some did. Some say like, well, no, you've seen a lot of it, You're like, no. I want to see more. Yeah. It's just garbage.
If I can reciprocate it to an adult experience, it's when the WikiLeaks shit came out on Clinton. And it's just like every day something new happens. Like, what the fuck's happening?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen next? Is she going to jail? What's going on here?
Yeah, I know. Hey, connect wrestling and politics together. See what you get. When you got Trump, like you're going.
I know that should be the biggest money maker of all time.
It's like you're going to jail. Walks away. I'm like, what the fuck is this man? Not a fan of him. I was like, I know nothing about this guy. I don't trust him.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this has never been done. And the politicians are like, ha, ha, ha. And he's like, you're corrupt. 9/11, you brought your brother. Hillary's like, because you'd be in jail. I'm like, who is this guy, man? So, yeah.
Looked at as the place where ex-WWF guys go if anybody knows it's there. And everybody else is playing catch-up. And basically, it's the only business where there used to be... Wrestling is the only form of sport or entertainment currently today where more people used to like it than do now. And also you will find, since I've been going out and away from wrestling shows,
I still like wrestling. I just look back at the past show.
No, dude. What he means is this.
Thing.
What he means is this. He's basically saying, we used to like it, meaning we used to watch it. Now it's like, it's something I like. Let me just see what's happening here. That's what it is now. Like if I could ever, let's see. Trump is a wrestling. Yes. He gets people to chant "Build a wall." Okay, that's wrestling. That's fucking wrestling.
When he says the opponent's name, they start booing.
Yeah.
Oh, what about Clinton?
It's like, yeah. Ready? Money for all you people. Yeah, me. He means me. We. Tax cuts. Yay! He means us. We. It's like, you guys are getting played. Anyway.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he say before that?
What did I say?
Yeah.
I was talking about
Carried away. It's just comical. Like you guys didn't watch wrestling, did you?
Was I talking about scrambling to the TV as a kid?
No.
Whatever.
don't see wrestling fans, but I go to comic book conventions or horror movie conventions. I see people who know me. They always say,
like people don't like wrestling anymore.
Like, dude,
I was like, oh, I still like wrestling.
We like it. No, because that's not what it is right now. It's like, it means we don't really like it anymore. If that was here, yeah.
I understand, but it's
here's
like,
the
I
thing.
still like wrestling.
No.
Just,
like, I would actively watch it for the, like, okay, I know it's not this anymore, but I'll watch it for the wrestling because it's always, or usually, quality.
Yeah.
Like, you want to see guys that could fucking put on 5-star matches? They're there. But then it's like, okay, I don't want to see that all the time. You know what I mean? I want to see a fucking, like, first round KO. I want to see that. That's how you make it legit.
Or,
like this.
Silly stuff.
Silly shit, yeah. There's no more managers. There are no more managers.
I just watched Paul Heyman, right? I just watched him with Brock Lesnar.
Completely different. They're basically one.
Okay.
There's no one without the other. He gets paid to be with him.
Okay.
To talk for him. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
I don't watch that shit now. I can't. And when I was watching it, like, oh, this is good wrestling, you know. And I started noticing, like, wait a minute. There's too much flipping and dipping and shit, man. I don't like too much fucking. Like, I love that shit. At the right time, when it's every day, it's like, Christ, this is annoying. And then, yeah, the choreography. And then when it's like, how can I say this? The fact that it's so garbage.
The story,
yeah, everything. The fans too. They're garbage. And hey, listen, they're just like this.
I don't think they realize how moves are telling a story. Like, I want to see that in film itself. If I'm watching an action movie, I want.
Where's the shit?
I want the movements of each character. I
saw this, and I got real pissed. This is around the time I really stopped watching it. I'll check in every now and then. There's this Shinsuke Nakamura guy, this Japanese guy. And if you're a real big fan of pro wrestling, you'll know who that is. Guy from Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling. There's a guy named Finn Balor. Again, you'd know who he is if you, like, you know, the demon guy that does this. His thing is this. It's like, hey man, he's a great wrestler, but fuck, is that just weird and dumb? Like, if I don't get anything with it, fuck it.
Alright, never mind.
Like, what would you say?
The Brood or something like that. Click.
No, that was cool.
That was right.
It was cool.
I thought it was cool. The guy came from the floor.
Yeah. Then there's holding like this. Like, yo, you guys gangsters. Like, what's good? Like, no, he's holding his album. He's like this instead of the cup. Gangrel's like album.
That'd be cool to see Kane chokeslam every single
It's called Real Bloods.
That'd be dope.
It's like Real Bloods 99. That's what it's called. Anyway,
it's silly, right? The guy's a vampire or something.
And then he spits blood. People like, well, that's fucking cool though.
He had fangs and everything.
That's cool. That's his thing.
Yeah.
You have him bite people too. Anyway, fuck man, I must have got hit in the head too many times. All right, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Come on, dude, remember.
I don't know.
Remember.
I don't know.
Wait, Gangrel.
You're talking about the demon guy doing this.
The fucking gay shit. Yeah.
I know that because I looked at you. And you're doing this shit.
I felt like someone said it. Alright, yeah. This. They're great wrestlers, you know. As far as they'll put on they'll always put on a good match, you know. That's the problem. They always put on a good match. It's like, it's never a one-sided thing. I need to see a one-sided shit sometimes. Sometimes. Yeah. It's like, you know, fucking...
You don't mean those guys specifically. You mean, like, just a match on the card.
I'm going to give you... Well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, this is one-sided.
I need it to be, like, something needs to happen here. I need something to happen here to make it, like, all right. And that never really happened a lot. But if you want to make it legit, Like, at least, like, it's a show, but you didn't see that coming, did you? You know, it's like, oh, these guys are going to have, like a 25-minute match. Like, that shit ended in 3 minutes, dude. He fucked up. He hit him with that move. Wherever the fuck, or he got hurt, hit him with that move, fucking, you don't see that guy for 3 months, he's hurt. Anyway, these guys had a match, right? And the Finn Balor guy, right, was going after this guy's knee, so that's what they'll do sometimes, right? It's like, let's see, Steve Austin has bandages on his ribs, and Triple H, like, keeps kicking him in the ribs and all that crap, and everything revolves around the ribs, right? Yeah. So the Shinsuke guys, right, they keep going after his knee, the wrestler. It's like a big target of the match to me, this guy's knee. So I keep kicking the knee, fucking doing shit to the knee, all that, twisting it. And then when it's time, the guy's finisher is like a running knee or something like that. Like he runs, hits it with his knee. Miraculously, you know, when it's time to do the finisher, he's not hurt anymore. Okay? That's the shit I fucking hate. Like what is this? Like, all that story's just gone.
It feels like I'm
now,
hearing the story now and rewriting it.
When there's no story in the ring, and there's no story outside the ring, garbage. It's garbage. Like I can't.
I meant something a little different, but I get what you're saying.
I can't.
Rewind a little bit.
I used to watch
a little bit. There you go.
Business where there used to be wrestling is the only form of sport or entertainment currently today where more people used to like it than do now. And also you will find since I've been going out and away from wrestling shows, and also you will find since I've been going out and away from wrestling shows, so I don't see wrestling fans, but I go to comic book conventions or horror movie conventions, I see people who know me, they always say, I used to watch wrestling.
Technical difficulties. Pardon us.
Dude, that thing's stretching.
You know, once again, getting away from wrestling, I've found that everybody in the wrestling business, wrestling fans, but I go to comic book conventions or horror movie conventions, I see people who know me, they always say, I used to watch wrestling, but I don't anymore because it got silly or scripted or choreographed or too soap opera or too talky or fake, whereas it used to be real or whatever their phraseology is. I used to watch wrestling, but I don't anymore. Sports entertainment, it's been a generation. And see, this is point I was trying to get to. For the past 20 years, I've been trying to find a place to keep wrestling alive, and if I had to and I couldn't find any place, I'd start my own company to keep wrestling alive. And then I finally realized, well, you know what? I can't. It's the horse has left the barn, cowboy. It's impossible. Wrestling is dead. It can't come back. When you parody something for so long, and it's been a generation now, you can't get people to take it seriously again after it's been parodied. I mean, my God, now the only thing that people think of Dave Chappelle is, I'm Rick James, bitch, because it's a parody.
It'll come back again.
It can't.
Parody does kill it, but then there's a resurgence because you got to change. The horror movie, the slasher film in the 80s, you brought up horror
You
conventions.
think wrestling will come back. Now, sports entertainment or wrestling?
And all that stuff started. We parodied it.
No, I think he's right. It's like Halloween, right? Back then, they never seen it. Like, oh, what the fuck is it? Now it's like, yo, I beat the fuck out of him, man. It's like, oh, Michael Myers. Yo, let me get my friends, man. We got guns.
Yeah, well, everyone's just like, shoot him in the head. Keep shooting him in the head.
Yeah.
Decapitate him. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Is that mask bulletproof? What the fuck?
Now it's all about that, okay, this is a ghost. You can't shoot it. That nun with the creepy face that goes like this. It's like, I got Joan Jones behind me. Go get her. It's like,
yeah. But what he's saying is the illusion of it being real.
It's gone.
Yeah, that you can't.
Even this.
I don't think you can get that back.
But even here's the thing, though. Like, you can clearly see they're not punching people. Or this.
You can see that in the Attitude Era, too.
No, I mean that. That's what I mean. So it's like, okay, you know it's a show, but you don't know everything about it.
You don't know if the personality is like that or anything.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. Now, people are pretty on to the point, like, who's going to get the title? You know how fucking dumb that is? Yeah, really? Like, Brock Lesnar announced he's going to go fight in the UFC.
that means he's leaving WWE. That means he has to give the title. He's gonna lose this pay-per-view because this pay-per-view is gonna come up in 2 months with UFC 280 and
and he's gonna have to give the title to make that.
It's
See? Yeah, see?
Here's actually a recent and perfect example.
You see?
Here's a recent and perfect example. The Walking Dead.
Oh,
the Rick character is supposed to
die. Yeah.
And then today on Twitter I saw that they were celebrating him, or whatever, celebrating him leaving and shit like that. Or remembering him leaving. Like,
what is he, dead?
Like, oh, you're announcing his character's going to die.
Yeah.
Like, you're not really supposed to know when.
No, you keep that quiet.
They left it as a cliffhanger last one, I believe.
You keep it quiet. You don't say anything until it happens.
The last one I saw was a cliffhanger.
You don't say anything until it happens.
Where he's like, you got stabbed here, and there's spoiler alert, and there's zombies surrounding him, walking towards him. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, we don't know if he dies in this episode or the next one.
Yeah, by the way.
They're saying their farewells now.
That's when you just, like, I'm not going through this. Not me. Or, I'm gonna...
Because he's on, like, I forgot what they're called. But those things that buildings are made that they stick concrete to, those long metal poles.
Oh, he's fucked.
It's through his side. It's not really through a, like, vital organ. It's, like, through his side.
Oh, fucking, dude, I'm going full...
He's got to stand up, like, pull that shit out of his side. Then.
Oh, dude, you know what it's called? It's called adrenaline rush, vertical jump. You jump over the wall, and just keep running. And when you keep running, right?
Well, he has a fucking horse. Just a horse threw him off. That's how he landed on the fucking...
That's garbage.
The Walking Dead is the
mediocre.
worst writing for a popular show.
It's mediocre.
Maybe all time. The characters do the dumbest shit to end up in...
Yeah,
for the storylines to happen. It really
I stopped watching with that whole shit when people are like, we have this group now. It's like, I'm done.
I can watch it. It's just really bad writing. Yeah. Really bad.
Laughed at it. But in the last 2 or 3 years, it's come back. It needs another 10 years to get a different permutation. Maybe it's going to be in an octagon.
They already
it's going to be somehow.
They already knew that was. They already knew movies were fake.
Yeah, right, but whatever it is that the tinkering has to do to make the robot look a little different.
It's done. No, like this whole thing's done. But yeah, I think he wants it to come back. But it's like, no, I think Jim's right, dude. I think Jim's right.
From the things that he's talking about that need to be, you could have left that.
Don't tell me.
I never end the video after this. Hit.
You can move.
Hit Alt. Hold Alt. Tab. And just leave it there. Okay. Yeah. What were you saying? Well, what I was saying was that in the premise he's talking about, wrestling won't come back to where it's like,
is it real? Is it fake?
That type
that's
of
real. That was real. Like, no.
That's gone.
Like
that's gone.
Any guys like Rogan, like, oh, it's... Yeah, but at least you didn't know shit about it.
It's like, it's the story itself believable.
Right, you have the magician. Right? His job is to, hey, guess how, like, look at this is amazing, right? Now we know he's an illusionist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is that really magic? Like, holy fuck, how did he do that? How the fuck did he do that? You know what I mean? Now it's just check underneath the floor. I got guys with my cell phone right now. They just posted it. It's like, you're gonna have to make it fucking cool again for anybody to enjoy it. Right now, it's garbage. All right.
That is it. Please, no. Don't jump the gun. Slow down. Go back to the other box. Wait. I have to tell you these things because you'll just go right ahead.
I wasn't gonna click.
Like, oops, after it's done with already. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you feel like. Always comment. We like comments. We like requests. We like disagreements, debates, anything. And as always, give this video a